Okay. While this, the next two questions for you guys, I think you again would be, I think, very good to in a very good position to answer this. But probably once someone has cracked the exam, what do you think should be their preparation? And let's break it down. First question would be, what should be their preparation for the group discussion in terms of, what you should do, what you should not do, and how to prepare for it, right?
So I would like to take up this question. For to start with the group discussion, I think the topic can be either from some current affair topic, a general topic like something related to pandemic, climate change, or an abstract topic. So for the current affairs, of course, you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to read newspaper, and you should be aware of what is happening around the world. So, for example, in my group discussion, the topic was in India's neutral stand on Russia versus Russia and Ukraine. For general or abstract topics, there are a lot of websites. I think one is Group Discussion Ideas. So, in that website, you can get trending topics related to current affairs as well, trending topics on trending abstract topics, and general topics as well. Now, a few tips for the D Day, for the group discussion day. One thing to keep in mind is that it is a group discussion and not a debate. And I think in my panel, there were 10 candidates and we were given 10 minutes. So you just need to speak 3 to 4 good points and not more than, I think, 1.5 minutes. You don't have to cut anyone in between. You don't have to shout. Just politely put your points forward, and that would be, I think, fine. Also, I would say try to start the discussion, and whenever you give the conclusion, don't just conclude your points, conclude the discussion and include points from all your panel members.
Adding to what Perv has said, so before just coming to this question, this whole uh, preparation for SRCC GBO entrance exam is just not confined to the written part. It also includes GD as well as PI. So SRCC GBO written exam is 75%. The 75% weightage is given to the SRCC GBO entrance exam written exam, and PI is 15% and GD is 10%. So I'd like to cite one example. Suppose one student is getting 350 marks out of 640, and now 640 marks gets boiled down to 75. I'm talking in terms of the final list when it is prepared. That shows that whether you're selected for that particular B school or not. So 640 gets boiled down to 75 and 350 gets boiled down to 41. And now on the other hand, a student is getting 340 marks. Now when you just in the in terms of proportion, he's also approximately getting the same score. So there's not a great difference. So the motive of saying this is that if you are getting a good score in the entrance exam, doesn't ensure that the the battle is won, because only one part of the battle is won, and now you have to prepare on the GD and as well as in PI. What I did, I used the LinkedIn. There's a website called LinkedIn. I used it very effectively. The first thing, when I got my score, next moment I connected with many people, who are from the tier 1 B schools, especially from XLRI and IIMs. So I connected with 2 to 3 people, and I just requested them to take mock GD sessions, conduct mock GD sessions, because they have been through this process. And also, in addition to this, I also was in, as I've mentioned before, that I have been a student of Mock Zone. So Mock Zone has also conducted their mock GD sessions. It has also helped me. And the third source I'll say is MBA Hub. There is a Telegram group which goes by the name MBA Hub, and it is run by some of the students who are preparing for different entrance exam. And we used to, in that group, we used to form a group of 14 to 15 people, and we used to do a self analysis after every GD session is over. So that's how I prepared for that GD as well as PI.
I'll also link all of these websites in the description, whatever Saurdeep just mentioned, and others have also mentioned till now. Head to the description and you'll find, and probably you'll see a few videos on our channel as well in terms of your GDPI preparation. So stay tuned to that. After the GD, which is for 10% or 10% of the whole process, there comes a 15% of PI as well, right? And I have personally seen a lot of people doing good in GD, but getting a lot more hyper or a lot more underconfident in the PI process. So can any of you, take this opportunity to at least share what you did for PI and how to survive the PI in SRCC GBO?
Okay, so I would like to take up this important question. So as you said, Nikhil, so PI is something which appears to be a nightmare for many of the aspirants, be it the people from work experience or the freshers also. So as I was a fresher, personal interview was something which was a real ghost to me. I didn't want to face four people staring at me for 30 minutes continuously and expecting some sort of a reply, and nothing but that reply. So the simple thing for PI to start from is the general gyan. That line is very much true. Be yourself. You have to be yourself. If you think that you can fool a panel of 4 to 5 people who have nothing but impeccable academic pedigree and corporate pedigree, you are nothing but a fool. To be very honest, you can't befool them in front of them when you are setting. You have to be yourself first of all. Secondly, when you're walking into an interview, you have been given the chance to have a conversation with the big kahunas out there. You need to brush up all the fronts of your persona, right? Be it the soft skills, be it the interests or hobbies that you are going to say in the interview, be it the skills that you are going to mention while introducing yourself in the interview. You need to be very much prepared about them. As soon as you say that you like to read books, it is not enough to read 2 books, to be very honest. You need to have a collection of books you have read since past some time, and from there the wisdom comes, right? 6 to 7 books, 8 to 10 books, 12 to 15 books. I'm specifically mentioning about books because I was also in this misconception that okay, I've read 2 to 3 books. I can say this in the interview that I really like to read books. So one of my seniors actually broke the misconception. He's actually told me ki don't make this mistake. Don't make this mistake of telling those people that you like to read books. Once you are very much prepared on that front, you actually can put it in front of them. Okay, you can examine this as far as you can, and I'm really much confident on it. But if you're not prepared for it, it is really better to keep it to you. Third point that I would like to mention here is that while going for a PI, you need to have that skill of conditional judgment, right? You're going for a PI, you have given your introduction, you have 2 to 3 questions tackled in some 8 to 10 minutes. You need to judge where this interview is going, right? You have the power to control the PI to a certain extent, not beyond that. But it is very much advisable to develop this skill of conditional judgment sitting at in that particular seat in that particular room. Again, you don't have a particular template of any interview in the world, right? An interview can go in any direction. I'm sure my colleague sitting here can corroborate my words. Approximately every interview of be it Ronak, be it Saurabh, be it Pav, every interview might have been different. Personally, my interview was something which was actually a nightmare. After giving the interview, I never expected that I would be converting the call. It is something that you cannot or cannot be really predictable about. So conditional judgment is something that you need to be very much confident about while preparing for a personal interview of of a particular precious degree in such of a college of such reputation.
So, adding on to Harsh, obviously he mentioned a lot of good points, and as he mentioned that all the interview experiences are different. Because my seniors told me to go through the academics, all the subjects of my undergrad, and I did that. And I would suggest the same, but not one question was asked to me from my academics. So basically, in interview, anything under the umbrella can be asked. There's no such set pattern. Obviously, you have to go through the academics, you have to go through your job profile if you have some work experience, but there's no guarantee that they will ask the same thing that they asked the previous candidate. And the most and the obvious question, which in 90% of the cases is asked, is the introduction part. Tell me about yourself. So I would suggest just you should add some unique points in your introduction, and you should give them something to cross question, maybe some unique hobby or anything related to your leadership skills or anything, something unique, so that they can cross question you on that part. And see, there it is impossible to answer every question in an interview. So if you get stuck somewhere, so you should not just stay quiet or stare to the panel members, and you can just smile and say, sorry, I am not able to recall the answer, or I'm not aware of the topic, and you can move on then.
Yeah, I think couple of points there. Saying the truth and not lying, I think are the, again, the baseline or the base for any personal interview. It can be two ways. If you're a fresher, I think you should still revise your ACAD. I mean, just because Per was not asked, I was asked in my time about my ACAD because I was a commerce graduate and I had nothing more than the ACADs to be, defended upon. And the second is, I feel you should always leave something open-ended at the end of your answer for them to explore, right? So if the interviewer asks me, what do you like? What do you like as a hobby? I would say that I love reading personal finance books, right? There's no doubt that the interviewer is going to ask you, what personal finance books have you read? So you will decide your direction of the interview on, now these are the personal finance book, right? You could say, I read Psychology of Money last, and I mean the interviewer might have read it as well. So now the interview is, you're sitting at the driver's seat of the interview.
Yeah, so I'd like to add one more point in this. Like, the interview experience can be different for everyone. Like when I entered the interview room, I would say it was a bit scary because they tried to make me very conscious. Because I was the only one wearing formals that day, a proper business formals. Otherwise, everyone was in just wearing a shirt and a trouser. So they asked me, why are you wearing formals? So they'll try to make you nervous. They are just testing you. There's nothing called a bad or a good answer. So they're just testing your patience sometimes. They are just putting you in a spot just to see that how you recover from that tough spot. And it can be even funny as well, because my interview started with this incident where they asked me about my dress code, which was proper formals, by the way. The next, during the interview, they asked me about a joke as well. So my interview experience was totally different. And also one more thing, that people have a habit of judging that how their interview went with the length of the interview. So one person prior to me had an interview of about 1 hour, but my interview just lasted for 15 minutes. And 15 minutes and I got selected. So there's nothing like, if they are not giving you time, they're not going to select you. If they're giving you a lot of time, they'll select you. There's nothing like it, because a person who gave an interview of 1 hour didn't get selected.
Okay, let's end the video with this question that I always want to ask people, and be dead honest with your answer, guys, because this probably, I think, is going to be a driver force or the motivation and inspiration for all the aspirants out there to join this course. Probably one or two of you could answer on what has your honest experience been in this course for the last few months that you've been a part of, and what do you see as your future now that you're part of this course?
Like, it's quite obvious that everyone would be very skeptical before joining any course. I was too. I was confused. I had WorkX, but I was confused a lot. So, speaking about my time here, it has been nothing short of great. Yes, there are some instances which the college needs to improve upon. I'll be really honest here. Still, we are not the tier 1 college. We are still in the bracket of tier 2 college in terms of placements, in terms of everything. But trust me on this when I say, not because I'm a part of the college, now I'm saying this, the college is moving in the right direction. Like, if we were just to speak about the curriculum, the teachers, which obviously SRCC is famous for, it's just like if you say like IIT Bombay for the commerce students. It's a very common saying for SRCC. The teachers are top notch. Rest be assured, the learning which you will get would be really amazing on that front. Apart from the course, just to keep up with the industries, nowadays the college does a lot of bridge courses, the value addition courses as well. Like, our college was supposed to start from August, but we were called in the month of July. Just 1 month, we just had bridge courses related to data analytics, because nowadays the demand for data analytics is a lot, especially for the MBA students, because they give a business touch to it. So we were well equipped with many tools, be it the visualization tool, and we had an extensive course of 1 month. It wasn't like we were just given a training of 2 days. It was for one good month. Like, so these are the things which the college is doing it in the right direction. So I would say, yes, there are shortfallings. It's not a tier 1 college, I'll just repeat. But trust me when I say this, we are moving in the right direction. And if all goes well, in coming maybe 5 to 6 years, I may be too positive, but we would be there. I'm sure about it.
Adding on to what Ronak said, yes, we are moving in the right direction. My experience also had been great, and you can see this talking about if we talk about the stats of placements and internship, if you compare it with last 3 to 4 years, you can see we have grown a lot. And I'm also part of the corporate relations and placement cell, and we are working day and night. And of course, I cannot reveal the numbers, but we will increase the overall stats this year as well compared to last year. So, Ronak also talked about the value-added courses, the bridge courses. Just a brief of it. If the candidates want some more details regarding those courses, so they can also visit our official LinkedIn page, which is Global Business Operations SRCC. I would also request Nikhil to put a link of the same in the description of this video. And also to all the candidates watching this video, they can of course ping any one of us on LinkedIn if they have any further queries.
Yeah, so a few more points which I'd like to add here, like about the opportunities, because if any fresher or any person with work experience is joining the college, is also interested about the extracurricular activities as well. So there are a lot of clubs, and personally I'm the class representative of the class, and I'm also part of the club. So you get a lot of, like with the responsibilities, you learn a lot of things. Like if you're the class representative, you learn how to manage people, you talk to a lot of professors, you get to know their insights, you get to manage their classmates, your classmates. Like Harsh is also the class representative here. So it's a roller coaster ride, and I'm sure you love it a lot. And of course, it's the campus is in North Campus DU, so the campus life would be amazing here as well. Rest be assured, I think you should, if you get selected here, join the college with closed eyes. Rest be assured, you'll be in good hands.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much to all four of you. To all those who are watching this video till this point, please connect with them on LinkedIn. Their profile links are in description. Connect with them, bombard them with questions. If you keep asking them which topic should I prepare for, they won't be of course be able to answer how is the exam going to be. But I think and I believe they'll be more than happy to help you at least with what direction should you take, what you should do, what you should not. Right. So connect with them on LinkedIn and follow their SRCC GBO page as well. I can say that I think these guys are very active now on LinkedIn. They have different societies as well, and they're active on those different societies as well, right? So connect with them, talk to them, take a very, very informed decision, go to other channels and as well, watch their reviews. And I hope all the best to you, and I hope you get the best of the colleges that you deserve. And thanks to Parv, Ronak, Sordeep, and Harsh. It's the new year time. It's their classes have resumed, but they made out some time and they came here for you guys and me. So thank you all four of you for that.